So welcome back to the Thoughtful Spot. I'm Brian.
And I'm Tammy.
And this is a new week with some great news. We're going to cover James Cameron and the world of Pandora. We're going to talk about ticket prices, some new rooms at Caribbean Beach, and a lot of Epcot news, along with Disneyland After Dark, which we're really excited about. So, if you're enjoying the show, please go out and share it. And also, if you're listening to this on the Miles from Main Street feed, you can find us on our own feed anywhere that you find your podcast. So, Tammy, how has your week been?
Busy.
Yeah, it's the holiday season.
It is.
Busy, busy, busy.
It is my favorite time of year, but also my least favorite time of year at the same time.
Oh, it's a great time of year.
It is. There's just so much. It always feels like there's so much to do and not enough time.
Yeah, I would agree. I can't believe we're only a week and a half away.
I know.
I hope I didn't just set off a bunch of craziness among people going, oh no, a week and a half. But it's coming up quickly, and it will be a great time to sit back and relax once it gets here.
Yeah, I'm really hoping we can push hard this week and get everything done. So next week can just be about Christmas movies and cookie making and maybe going out to see some Christmas lights.
That'd be fun. I like that idea. I don't know if you guys do this, but we like to go out and get ourselves a cup of hot chocolate and drive around and see what the neighbors have put up for lights. There's a couple in the area that have a great lights to music displays that are fun.
Yeah, it's always cool. And I always like trying to spot any Disney stuff that people might have that I might need.
Oh, yeah. That's always the best time. Always something new out there. So, as we've talked about, Bob Iger has returned to the Disney company, and apparently James Cameron, the mind behind the Avatar movies, has already discussed adding in scenes to Flight of Passage that are from the new movie.
I mean, yeah, that would be cool. I'm not a huge Avatar movie fan, but the ride's really cool. So I don't know. I wouldn't be mad at it if they changed it up or added stuff in.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad either. They do this with Star Tours. And that's kind of the nice thing about these movies is that I think it's easier with Star Tours because it kind of just jumps around. So I think they say they've got like 53 different combinations in Star Tours. So every time you ride it, it's going to be different.
Right.
So that may be something that they go for with Flight of Passage is maybe they're able to change things around a little bit and change what it looks like when you're flying.
Yeah, I think that would be cool. And I think that those people that are really big fans of the movie would probably appreciate that.
I think so, too.
So speaking of Disney World, prices went up on December 8th. What do you think about that?
Well, it's just something they do.
Right?
It's a growing business that they answer to the shareholders. I wish they would answer more to the fans, but unfortunately, that's what the stock is there for, is to make money. So raising prices is something they do every year, sometimes more than that, and it's still cheaper than Universal in some respects. So
yeah, I don't know. I think about it, like we recently took a trip to Mexico and it was all inclusive, and granted it was just the two of us, not our family, but we were able to do that for cheaper, way cheaper than we can go to Disney World for. And sometimes it's like, man, it's so expensive, but everybody's still doing it. I mean, they're not suffering getting people in there, and we're still willing to pay it. So,
and I think that's the main key, is that if people are going to pay it, they're going to keep raising it. And one of the main arguments out there is that ticket prices is really the only way they have to control crowds. And I mean, park reservations is another way they can do it, but I have a feeling those are going to be going away soon because everybody hates them. So ticket prices is the only thing they have left. So if everyone's going to keep paying them, because everyone complains about it, but then the parks are still jam-packed with people. So
right.
I don't really care. if you don't like their ticket prices.
Right.
If the parks were empty, then maybe I would say, yeah, we need to do something about prices. But you're going to see it over the next 2-3 weeks here.
I mean, everywhere and everyone does it. I mean, grocery prices go up, gas prices go up. I mean, it's
exactly
part of this world.
It is. And yeah, it sucks that they're going up, but hopefully your salary went up to help that.
Right.
So moving into one of the hotels, they released some pictures this week of Caribbean Beach. They are redoing some of their rooms and theming them after The Little Mermaid. Looks really cool. These rooms have the 5th sleeper in them now, and it also has the pull-down Murphy bed. So that opens up these rooms a ton, depending on how many people you have and what you're going to be doing in them.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm torn. Yes, they look cool, but we already have Little Mermaid themed rooms. There's so many movies to pick from. Why are we doing the same thing?
Because the ones they have are extremely popular, and they know that they'll be able to sell them.
Yeah, I still think they could with a different theme, though.
I agree. I think they could. So what would you put in the Caribbean Beach then?
Oh, goodness. That's a hard question. I don't know. Moana?
Moana's already taken over Polynesian.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I would do Lilo and Stitch, I think.
I think that's a great idea. Wow. I never thought about that. I think Lilo and Stitch would be great.
Because, I mean, they're pretty popular. Aren't they? No, I'm thinking. Never mind. Well, are they out at Alani? Or is that just Moana? Like, I know the rooms aren't themed, but isn't there some Lilo and Stitch stuff out there or no?
I am not remembering right now.
I must be crazy. I don't know.
You are.
But
crazy.
Anyway, I think a hotel named themed after Lilo and Stitch would be really cool. Stitch is a very popular character.
Yeah, he is extremely popular, and I'm surprised they didn't do some Lilo and Stitch at Polynesian. But yeah, it definitely fit with Caribbean Beach.
Yeah.
I mean, Caribbean is kind of away from where Hawaii is, but it still kind of fits.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what other movie you could do, but there's so many to pick from. Sometimes it's like, why are we doing the same thing? I mean, I guess if it isn't broken, don't fix it, but.
Yeah, I think the princesses are really popular, and to bring more princesses in is what they're looking for.
Yeah.
So, to go from Little Mermaid to Lilo and Stitch, I think is probably a big jump for them.
Right. Which, I mean, I know that it might not fit with, like, the Caribbean Beach necessarily, but you've got so many other... You don't have anything with Merida. You don't have anything with Sleeping Beauty other than the castle out at Disneyland. I mean, there's a lot of other princesses they could have chose from.
Yeah, there are. But, as I said, Little Mermaid's very popular at Art of Animation and can be hard to book, so... They're getting more of those rooms available for those girls that really are set on, or boys, that want to stay in those rooms. True.
I should just be quiet. I don't know. We have 2 girls that really like The Little Mermaid ourselves, so she is a popular princess.
She is very popular.
So speaking of Moana, they put up Te Fiti at Epcot.
Yeah, this Journey of Water thing is looking really cool at Epcot. I can't wait to see it completed.
It is. Yeah, the pictures of her look amazing. Like, I can't wait to see that. And think of all, like, the cool pictures people are going to be able to take in front of it.
The picture that Disney put out when they put it up last week was really cool, having Spaceship Earth behind her. Mm-hmm. And I was watching a live stream couple days ago, and they took the monorail loop around. As you guys know, like, it goes around Spaceship Earth as it comes into Epcot, and so you got a really good view of it from there. And it was hard to see it from watching the video, but he said she is so tall, So like that is really exciting. Like I can't wait to see how big Tafiti's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's like some spatial stuff going on, but she looks like even bigger than the Epcot ball.
Yeah. I think that's that perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm really excited for what this is going to be. It sounds like it's kind of more geared toward the younger crowd, which Epcot needs that. But I think it's going to be fun for all of us. Just seeing some of these little things that they have with Moana in there, I think that's going to be really cool for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, that's such a popular movie. Like, the music from it's great, and I think anything they can add, like you said, with these newer movies for the younger kids is a great idea, because Epcot, like, I used to never like Epcot, and I didn't want to take our kids there when they were younger because I thought it's not a kid park, but it's starting to become more. And I think our teenagers, it is one of their favorite places to go now, at least one of them. And maybe that's because she's more into the food, but they like Test Track. They like some of the other stuff that's there too.
Yeah, I think the park, a lot of people are upset about the IP they've been putting into it, Moana and Remy and Frozen, but it's still keeping that edutainment part of it as it goes. So I'm not mad at that. I think that's going to be okay.
Yeah.
So I think anything that draws in more people and can teach more in a different way, I think that's a positive. I don't see I don't see why people would be upset.
Right. I mean, the message of Moana is like essentially treat nature with respect, and
right,
so it fits in that park very well.
Absolutely. And like you can walk right out of it and cross a walkway and go into Living with the Land, where you're going to learn even more about that, right?
Yep.
So I think that's great. And within that park, they also have all these festivals. And, like for a while, it's been just the festival park. But Festival of the Arts, we talked about it last week. That's coming at the beginning of January here. And we're very excited. We wish we could be there for it. But we're excited to see what they bring again. And with Festival of the Arts, they've announced the performers for the Broadway concert series. And as I said last week, like this is the one piece that I would love to see.
Right. I mean, there's some big names from Broadway in there.
And it's all the same types of names that you're used to. The genie from Aladdin,
Mm-hmm.
Some people from Frozen, I believe some people from The Lion King are going to be there. So definitely check that out if you're going to be down there and see what you can find for Broadway concerts.
So speaking of Epcot, I'm very excited that they're bringing DuckTales. I loved DuckTales.
Yes, I love DuckTales too. As I'll read their little blurb they put out. Join Scrooge McDuck, his nephews, and friends as they travel around World Showcase on a quacky quest to find the 7 plunders of the world and return them to their rightful owners.
Like, how cool is that?
Yeah. So I remember walking around World Showcase one time. Specifically, we were inside the Mexico Pavilion, inside the temple. And I saw some people kind of looking up at a weird spot, kind of up towards the ceiling. And all of a sudden, Agent P pops up and then disappears. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool. That's at Phineas and Ferb Agent P scavenger hunt thing. I cannot remember the name of it. But that was going on. They were playing that. And I thought that was so cool. And this is like the replacement to that.
Yep. And I think, I don't know. I mean, Phineas and Ferb was a popular show. Our 18-year-old was really into it. But I think DuckTales it's going to span more of a demographic, because you've got us in our 40s who watched that show when we were younger. And now we've got the newer version of the show out there. So I think a lot of people are going to be excited to play it.
Yeah, and I think Phineas and Ferb may be on its way down. They've canceled the new DuckTales, but it's still reached some kids. So I think that there's going to be that appeal there.
Yeah.
So definitely something to look out for and enjoy when you're walking around Epcot. I will add this: having kids at Epcot, which we've talked about the IP, we've talked about how challenging that park has been for kids, and they're working on that. I think having all of these scavenger hunts is a great thing for these kids. We have tried to do and kind of done it on our own as well. The scavenger hunt for the Flower and Garden.
Yep, where you're trying to find Spike.
Right. We've done that one a couple of times. We kind of missed the Food and Wine one when we were there, but oh well. But I think that really adds a layer to the World Showcase, because when you're walking around with your family and the kids are going, oh, another building, more food, like another store.
Yeah, the scavenger hunt and the Kit Kat stations at least give them something to do. And now, like you said, you've got the Frozen ride in Norway, you've got the Ratatouille ride in France. So they're trying to add some stuff in there for them.
Yeah, and I think it's great. And so, look out for these scavenger hunts when you're there with your kids. It's definitely something that's going to keep them interested. I've seen it with my kids. I've seen it with other kids. I know it's something that they're going to love. So before we move into Disneyland, let's talk about Disney Plus. It was $5.99 at kickoff. I was a D23 member that jumped in at the first chance I had. And so I got the 3-year for $2 price. And we have been on that until recently. And when I renewed at the annual price of $79.99. So with this news bit, I'm a little happy.
Right?
Because they just raised it. If you want to keep no ads, it's now up to $10.99. So when I renewed last month, it was $7.99 a month. And now they've added in this ads layer. So it's $10.99 without the ads, $7.99 with ads. So I'm glad that there's an option to save a little bit of money. I do know that you can still do the Disney bundle with Hulu and ESPN Plus, which I have actually considered doing recently. And in doing that, I have found that you can upgrade to the bundle if you want, and they'll just adjust based on what your plan is. So
that's cool.
I've been considering that for hockey season, but never did it. So Wall Street has been a little bit difficult with streaming for every streaming platform, where it was, okay, spend your money, do what you need to do to grow this, and then all of a sudden recently Wall Street kind of flipped and said, no, you need to make money now. And so I think that's partly what's driving this price increase, is that they need to be making money now, because again, we're talking about shareholders. So part of this though, I like, because this will take pressure off of the parks. It won't put as much pressure on the parks to make money, so that bottom line is going up still. Because this won't create as much of a drag on the rest of the company. So hopefully we start seeing some balancing, because the last few years, I think a lot of what we've seen in pricing there has been due to the drag that the streaming platform has been putting on it. So I'm still willing to pay for it. I was actually today looking at Willow. I was watching a little bit of Willow, but I was looking around at all the other things that is out right now. We're behind on the Santa Clauses. Mm-hmm. They just put this Idina Menzel thing out.
We're still behind on the Mysterious Benedict Society.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, watch that with your kids. It's so good.
It is good.
There's so much on there right now, and there's more coming. Mm-hmm. And so I think it's really exciting what they're doing, and I think that the price, whatever it is right now, is really worth it, because they're really pushing the content.
Yeah, I'll pay for whatever, because the new Animal Kingdom show comes out in January, and I'm not missing that. So.
There you go. Yes. I can't wait for New Year's Day to watch that. So, all right. Big news. Disneyland After Dark events were announced.
Yes. Very exciting.
It is very exciting. Very exciting.
Normally it wouldn't be exciting, but we're actually going during it. So it's very exciting.
Yes, it is. We haven't done one like this. We've never done a themed after-hours event at Disney World. What we've done is the Halloween party, which I feel is different than this.
Right. We did the early morning
Early morning
breakfast
magic,
thing, whatever. Yeah. But again, different.
Yeah, and that was really cool too. And if you guys don't remember what that was and some time in the morning before the park would open at Magic Kingdom, and they gave you time in Fantasyland. So they had like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and Peter Pan, and the Princess Fairy Tale Hall was open.
You got a breakfast
and
part of it.
Yeah, so it was kind of neat that you'd go in, ride some rides, and then once the park opened, you go and have breakfast. Saved you a lot of time.
Yep.
I thought. So this one's after hours.
Right.
At Disneyland. And they've done these in the past. And
so I believe it's 9 p.m. till 1 a.m, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just like the Halloween party or the Christmas party, they're letting you in 3 hours ahead of time. So if you don't have a ticket for that day, you can get in at 6 o'clock, do a few things before the party actually starts, which I think is a nice little added bonus with the price you're paying.
Right.
So this is Sweethearts Night because it's all around Valentine's Day. And we've watched some videos, and what did you find out?
Special food, which we're always up for. A special fireworks show. It looked like there was like projections of like hearts and stuff on the buildings walking down Main Street, which looked really cool.
Yeah.
What I'm most excited for, if they have it this year, which they did in the videos we watched, is the Lady and Tramp photo op, where it's like you're at Tony's Diner with a plate of spaghetti and stuff in front of you, and that's like, I can never bring myself to say it's my favorite Disney movie because it's so hard to pick one, but it's really close to my favorite Disney movie. The original Pete's Dragon beats it out just by a little bit for me.
And to get a little bit mushy, like it's kind of been a thing in our relationship.
Right.
So, we on our honeymoon, we honeymooned at Disney World, and we went to Tony's and have the picture by the statue, and
I had the mug, like the glass
20 years later
mug,
we still have the mug from Tony's. Yeah, that's so yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. I wouldn't recommend doing a party for just a photo op though. What else is there?
No.
I'm hoping there's more.
There's supposed to be, it looked like a bunch of special characters that you normally wouldn't meet. One of the videos we watched had Bianca and Bernard from Rescuers Down Under, which that looked really cool. I mean, I don't think you get to meet them very often.
No, I don't know that I've ever seen them.
There's going to be a ton of prince and princesses like together as duos throughout the park, which you don't see that very often either.
Right. We watched a video from 2020, right before the world changed, and they had this thing out in front of It's a Small World where they brought all these princes and princesses out, and they actually came out into the crowd, and they started dancing with their prince or with their princess, however you want to look at it. But they did that dance, and then they switched, and they may have come over and grabbed you to dance with.
Yeah, they started cutting other people in, which was really cool.
Yeah, it's so cool that you would get to dance with a princess or a prince, and then Maleficent shows up, just like any Disney movie, right? Something goes wrong.
Right.
So I can't wait to do that. I think that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm hoping, I haven't seen anything yet. I don't know if you have, but, I'm hoping they'll have maybe some kind of special merchandise thing. I'm sure there won't be a lot, but it would be cool if they had, a shirt or something that's had it that we could get.
You're right. There wasn't anything that said that. I know they give you a keepsake, which last year was a lanyard with a heart, credential type of thing hanging off of it.
Right.
I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, me too. It'll be hard making decisions about what to do because some of the videos we said the queues for those unique characters get really long. So like, do you want to spend your time doing that? Do you want to spend your time getting the special food and drinks?
Right. Yeah. And you kind of have to pick and choose, and hopefully we can do what we want to do. Magic Journey which is one of the top Disneyland videos. They had theirs, like the party was over. It was after 1:00, but here they were just kind of finishing up their videos, sitting at the Lady and the Tramp table. Mm-hmm. I thought that was so cool. Like, maybe we can just stop at the table after the park closes. And
right. And I don't remember whose video it was we were watching, but from before COVID. And it said like they had 2 stations for that picture opportunity, and they had Rapunzel's boats with the lanterns that you could like get into the boat and get your picture taken in the boat, and they had 2 stations for that. So hopefully they'll be able to have more than one station again, and then it'll go a little bit quicker.
I hope they can do that too. That would be really nice. Obviously, I wouldn't think they would throw away the displays if they've already got them. So
right.
I really hope that that's the case this time. And because, the video we saw, that guy said this line went a lot faster than we thought because they had multiple photo spots. So I hope that's the case. So Sweethearts Night is going to take place on 7 different date nights, as it says. And it's the most ever for this event. So it's going to be January 31st, February 2nd, 5th, 7th, 9th, 14th, and the 16th. And, as we said, it takes place from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. The Royal Ball in front of It's a Small World, it says here, is going to be hosted by Aladdin and Jasmine. So that'll be fun. You mentioned the Mark Twain Riverboat.
Oh, yeah. They're going to have somebody on it playing like jazz music as you ride around on it.
Yeah, so you can go ride around the rivers of America, and they have a live jazz band on the front of it. And, like, how cool is that?
Very cool.
So, as we watch these videos, like, there's all of this, everything's just like, how can we make it more romantic? So, our daughter... Our daughter was like, I want to go, because she wants to do everything. She vacations a lot like me, where, you get 3 hours of sleep and you're ready to go. You don't need to sleep all night. And for her to have to go back to the room, it's going to kill her. And she's being generous and allowing us to do this on her own. But as we watch these videos, like, all night long, I'd be listening to her make that vomit noise. And
yeah. I am going to feel a little guilty while we're there just because, like, she loves trying the new food and the new drinks and stuff like that. She's admitted that that's probably her favorite part about going to Disney World and Disneyland is getting to try the food. So every time we get something that night, I'm going to be like, oh.
Maybe at the end of the night we could grab a couple things before they close and bring it home, bring it back to the hotel with us. We'll have to see what we can do. I'm sure she would appreciate that. So, yeah, they've got a Polynesian trio drifting through the night air at the Tropical Hideaway. This is all stuff that Disneyland has put on their website. Delight in many deliciously themed menu items available for purchase. And romantic scenes, like we talked about, for Lady and the Tramp and The Little Mermaid. There you go. Your favorite movie.
I don't have anything against The Little Mermaid. It's just they already have rooms done with The Little Mermaid.
So anyway, along with the announcement for Sweethearts Night, they're also doing a Princess Night. You get 2 nights of that. And we, a little behind the scenes, we're currently on a Tuesday night recording this, and tickets went on sale yesterday for the Princess Night and the Sweethearts Night, and they went on sale to the magic key holders. So from what I was seeing, people were extremely excited to do it. Of course, the computer system that Disney has didn't handle it very well, but most people got what they wanted, so that's encouraging for Princess Night for us. Those go on sale tomorrow morning. Prices for Sweethearts Night is anywhere from $129 to $159, depending on which night you're going. So I believe the Princess Night was $159. I'm not finding it right now, but good luck getting your tickets, and they go on sale at 9 a.m. Pacific.
Yeah, hopefully you'll be able to get them.
Yes, I'm super excited to go to this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Not having done something like this before, I think it's going to be sweet.
Right. Hopefully all the sugar from the cookies and desserts, and maybe you'll have to get me some coffee. I don't know. That is like way past my bedtime.
I know. So when we were on our 15th anniversary, we got to go down to Disney World. And one thing I wanted to do was to go open to close at Magic Kingdom. And the day of, we found out that they had moved closing time to 11 p.m. for all guests, and there was extra magic hours that night, which meant that they weren't closing until 1 in the morning. And we got to about midnight, and Tammy said, I am done. Like, literally, I could tell she had hit the wall, and that was it. So we were out.
Yeah, sorry.
I missed the kiss goodnight that night, but I've seen it since, and it's okay, honey. So, I'm going to have to keep an eye on her, make sure she gets some breaks during the day, because we do have tickets for the park during the day, too. So, I'm sure you can make it, though.
I think so.
I'll keep you sugared up.
There you go.
Fine. So that is the news. Please go on out to Instagram and follow us there. We're going to start posting family travel tips, just little quick tips to give you for when you're going on a trip. So thank you for listening. We'll see you next week at the Thoughtful Spot,
where any day spent with you
is our favorite day.